This is the Iron Trader. It is Monday morning, so it's time to go to work. So as usual, we are going to review here crude oil here and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have crude oil here. Now let's just take a little quick review of what's going on. Okay, so we have a sell down here. Okay, so your low was basically 77.62. And then we had a sell on here on Thursday. Okay, this was 77.59, so just a little bit lower, but it finished up a nice green candle. And then on Friday, we had a nice higher low and a higher high, and it closed above this key 8 SMA here, sitting at now sitting at 79.74. Okay, so that worked out really, really nice here for a nice good scalp. Now, what we want to do is we want to look here at this 8 SMA here. Okay, this is going to be key support. This is sitting at 79.73. Now, you need to close above. The next is you want to do is look to the top of this candle. Okay, you're looking at 79.28, and then you want to look at Friday's low. Okay, so you said that's 78.14, and then we come back to this candle here at 77.59. Now, the key is what you always want to watch is this candle right here. The top of that candle is 77.33. That is very key support, which has been holding very nicely. Now, again, if all that is lost, then we come to this 50 SMA here. You're looking at 76.89, and then we have your 200-day looking here at 76.31, and then you have your 100-day right below that at 75.45. So that is your downside support here. The key is going to be holding this 8 SMA here on a closing basis. Now what you want to do is you want to look to Friday's high. Okay, so what you have there is $80.45. That is your upside, and then your big resistance here is going to be this 21 SMA here sitting at 81.15. If you can get above and close above, your target here is last Monday's high sitting at 81.75. Now again, if you can get above that, then we just keep looking to these candles right here. Okay, so you want to look to the bottom of that candle. You're looking at 82.23. The bottom of this candle here, 82.58, and then you have 82.67. Then we just started going all the way up here where you have 82.91, you have 83.20, you have 83.81, and then we have 84.65, and then your big retest here is 84.89. Now, this candle here, the high of that was 83.81, but you notice how it spiked, and it never got above this key level right here, okay, 83.53. This is going to be very, very important resistance on the upside on a closing basis to go higher, okay? So, and remember, on the downside, watch this 8 SMA here, watch Friday's low, and on the upside, watch this key 21 SMA. If you can get above, then watch last Monday's high at 81.75. All right, let's take a look here on a weekly and a monthly. Okay, your monthly chart here, well, you're still rolling. Now, it'll close out here at the end of this week here. But again, right now, you're above your 100, your 50, your 200, and your key 8 SMA. If it sells off, watch that 75.97. That's going to be very, very key. And then watch this key level here on the top side, 83.53, and then we have your target up there sitting at 86.09. Now, here on your weekly chart, a little more interesting here, okay? Well, so far we have an inside week, which is Monday, so it's really no surprise here. So what you want to do is watch this key 8 SMA here, sitting at 79.88, okay? If that's lost, then we have your 50 sitting at 77.91, and then below that you have 75.71. So this is all really nice, good support here. The key is going to be this 8 SMA here. Now, again, if you could rally up, then we just start rallying up here. Okay, so you got 81.75 here, you got 83.20, and then you want to watch, there's that 83.53 here, and then if you get a higher, then we go your 84.89, and then you have your 100 right above that, sitting at 85.70, and then there's your big target right here, is your 21 there at 86.09. But we got to see how this is all going to shake out. But you see when it's put at a high in here, this candle here for the week, you put in a basically a lower low Last week we put in a lower low, so we got to see what's going to happen here. The last thing you want to do is see this 8-day roll over here. That would take the price right on down. Now again, if this 75.71 is lost, right there, 68.58 is your target. Look how many times that it hit that target. Okay, so that would be the target. If that's lost, there's your retest, 63.64. All right, let's take a look here at the old netty gas. Okay, netty gas is moving up here pretty good. Now, a couple things here. There was a fire over in Louisiana there at a refiner. Okay, that's helping natty gas. And then we have a big hurricane coming in headed for Florida. Remember, hurricanes are bad for people. Okay, bad for people, but good for traders. Okay, so if you're long. Okay, but let's just see how this all shakes out here. So what you want to do here is we looked at this candle right here. Okay, this here was 2.457. Now you made a lower low, but when you look at this here, how this bounced with this green candle, bounced right off of that. See that green candle? Bounced right off it. That's the red dog. See where you went all the way down, made a lower low, and then you just rocketed higher, and then you closed higher above this key 2.457. So that's still, that double bottom is still in play very, very nicely. So on your upside here, you want to look here at your price channel, which is basically 2.65, and that's basically your 100 and your 200 day are all sitting right there. So you need to close above. If you can, then we just start off all these targets here. Okay, so you got 2.73, 72, and then right here you got 2.824, and then we have 2.86, and then you could rocket all the way up here for your big retest here. Let's not get too excited about it. You really have to break this 2.656 here. That's going to be the key. But there's your double bottom here. Another one right here was very nice. It came down to 2.50, and then what we had is you had your big retest there, sitting at 2.47 here. Yes, 2.47, and this low here was 2.46. So you had a really nice, another double bottom here, and then it just rocketed up. Now, you gapped up, so that's what you got to be careful of here, is that it doesn't fill that gap, okay? So you're looking at the high of 2.55 here. So basically what you need to do, it needs to close above this 2.65 here. Basically, you know what I'm saying? See where this 266 is? Okay, so there's a double top situation. So always be aware of those double tops and double bottoms there. Okay, so when you broaden this out here a little bit, this really needs to break above, and then you have to watch this gap fill. So you look at the low of this is 2.59, but then you want to look at these candles right here. See, you're looking at 2.55. So that there's your gap, and then there's your fill. It's what you always want to keep an eye on here on the big picture. All right, let's take a look here on a daily and on a weekly. Okay, your weekly chart here, you got two key levels here, okay? It's basically 2.629. That is going to be your 8 SMA here, and then below that here is going to be that 2.49. So right now you're still a sideways action, but just keep your eyes on there on the weekly chart. Now here on your daily chart here, well, see, this is the resistance. If you watched my video last night, you noticed that I was pointing out here this 50 SMA sitting at that 2.65. See, you need to close above that. That's strong resistance, the 50 and 21 day pretty much locked together. If you can close above, then you can just start rallying all the way on up here. Now your key level here is going to be that 2.86, and this one right here at 2.878. If you can get above, then your target is going to be this basically 3.018. Now on the downside, you want to watch that 8 SMA here, sitting at basically 2.57. You have that gap right there, okay? So basically that 2.59, that's the bottom, and then you have on the top 2.55. So I don't really never like gaps, because usually they're like magnets to a fridge. They usually get filled, not right away, but sometimes right away, sometimes down the road, but there's always that support and resistance level there. Now, again, if this 8 SMA here is lost, okay, then what we want to do is we want to look here to the bottom of Friday's candle at 2.46. And then this is the key candle here at that 2.45, and then your retest sitting at 2.42. But right now, natural gas is looking pretty good. It's holding up the gap. So we just got to see exactly how it's going to shape up. You're up 9 cents. It's sitting at 2.63. So the key is going to be a close above that 2.65. Then she can rip higher. All right, I'll have more for you on crude oil, natural gas here after the pick close at 2:30. And thanks for watching.